Quick question. 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 Hey, everybody, welcome back to Quick Question. I'm Travis.
And I am Johan.
Yes, you are. Johan, quick question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you believe in witchcraft?
But of course, I believe in the hex.
Do you?
I do.
I'm not surprised because I met Mama Sadowski recently.
She is a witch.
Whoa, does she have some superstitions and some... She showed me the evil horns.
Oh, yeah, that's why I have that. I have, like most Italians, have the fingers like this, like the rock symbol hanging from their neck in gold.
Right, but to me, that's...
The Maloikyo.
Well, doesn't that mean you just made me impotent, what you just did? Isn't that the actual curse?
Your tits are about to get really hairy.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, so the Maloikyo is like it's the hex.
Maloikyo? Did I say it right?
Maloikyo. And if you say contra Maloikyo...
Okay, well, now what's going to happen to me now?
No, contra Maloikyo means I'm going to give it to you, but you can't give it back to me.
No backsies? You just no backsies cursed me?
That's how it is in Sicilian. But the Maloikyo, so if you say contra Maloikyo, it's like I'm going against your hex. It's like my hex is going to go against your hex.
You have to do that at the same time. We are.
It's almost like pew, 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 pew.
We are Harry Pottering each other right now.
Yep.
With like, if these were wands, so you can't see it, but we are just doing devil horns at one another back and forth.
Well, not devil horns. We're doing the rock and roll.
No,
hand.
this is devil horns. That's what this is in rock and roll. No, that's devil horns.
But this is rock and roll.
No, it's devil horns.
What's rock and roll then?
It's the music of Satan. That's why this is actually...
But it says rock and roll symbol. They rock on.
No, that's the devil horns.
No, when someone... If you're at a rock concert and you go like this, you're not saying, I worship the devil. You're like, fucking rock on.
Maybe that's what you're saying. The horns up, that's why it's called the horns, are devil horns.
So you're telling me the emoji on your iPhone that is this isn't a symbol of like rock on. It's a symbol of devil.
Yes.
You're wrong.
Apparently.
I'm not saying that's probably what it like started as, but now it's evolved into rock and roll.
Has it?
Yes.
Or has Satan corrupted us enough that we don't even know that the youth today is unabashedly worshiping him? That's what we're taking calls about today here on Quick Question. Satan worshiping. Is it a problem in your area? Let us know.
Carl from Paducah, you're on the air.
Yes, I have a problem with Satan, and he is often calling into my home.
Every time I put on Guns N' Roses, my walls start to bleed.
Is this a problem? Also, love the show.
Love the show. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time demonic possessor.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
We have fun.
Yes, we do. But anyway, yes, I believe in witchcraft. I grew up in a very Sicilian household, as you guys know, because I say it every podcast. Just tell me when you've heard it too many times. I grew up in this Sicilian podcast.
Wow, the Sicilian podcast. Hard to get into, but once you're in for life.
It's like trying to get out, they keep pulling me back in.
There's no Sicilian podcast. It's a myth. It's a myth.
I ain't heard nothing. I ain't seen nothing.
You know, our friend with the podcast. You know what I'm talking about.
Philly podcast. Peter podcast. Paulie podcast. Paulie podcast. Yeah, so I grew up in this with my mom, and she has all these different superstitions, like really weird shit. Like, if you put a hat on the table, that means someone in your family is going to die.
Or that means you put a hat on the table.
But I can't put a hat on the table.
So have you ever accidentally done that and then gotten chastised, and did someone die?
I think my mom also believes in the 5-second rule, so if she sees a hat on the table, she kind of fucking knocks it off.
Yeah, but people don't know curses take at least 5 seconds to take.
Exactly.
Drop a French fry, try to curse a family member, 5 seconds.
You put a head on the table, and the devil's like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
son of a bitch.
Yeah, but there was like all kinds of different things. Like when you buy a house, my mom gave me a list of things I needed to do with my house.
Did you have to bury somebody upside down? Or a statue, not somebody? Did
No.
you have to bury somebody? Did you have to go do a ritualistic murder?
Come to think about it, we haven't seen Bill in a while.
But there are feet in your front yard just
Feet
sticking
in the
up.
muddled. Help me! We're supposed to be neighbors. Yeah, so she gave me a list of things. It's like you got to put salt in your doorway for a while. Then you have to have a broom that's upside down in a corner, in a certain corner. It's like a whole bunch of weird stuff.
Wait. What's the broom
I
thing?
don't know.
Because I read, after meeting your mom, who does have unbelievable superstitions, or are these spells? Should we just call them spells?
She does some spellery.
One of the Sicilian mythologies that I looked up is that if you're not supposed to let a broom touch you if you're single, because it means you'll never get married.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff.
What the fuck does it mean?
I don't know. And then my mom's mom, she did this thing, like whenever someone overlooked you, your head would hurt in a certain way.
What?
Sure to God. So if you had a peculiar headache as a kid, my grandmother would, that sounds so bad now that I'm saying it.
I want to hear it.
She would do your head.
Okay. I'm not.
Leave it alone.
I'm
my grandmother, God rest her soul, she would do your head, and she would do all these like weird ritual things.
Like what?
I don't know, Jake. It was all she would do it. You weren't around for it.
Which she's like smudging you with like
no, you
burnt
weren't around
sage?
for it. Yeah, you just weren't around for it. Like when you were like
you weren't around, so she would go somewhere in another.
I don't know what she did. It was like prayers and incantations and stuff, but your headache would go away.
Well, headaches go away. That's the nature of
Nope,
headaches.
it was Nani.
No other possible explanation.
No, it was Nani.
I'm curious about what she. Well, we'll never know.
I'm into all kinds of stupid, weird superstitions and sorcery and soothsaying. I have like my friend practiced Santeria, and he would.
If you start quoting Sublime, I swear to God,
no,
out of the room.
No,
I will leave.
No,
I will leave.
This is a true story. I have a buddy, and like he would do Santeria.
Santeria is like voodoo, but Spanish.
Yeah, I believe it's Cuban.
Okay.
Or I know it's South American. But,
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically Santeria is like the worship of saints.
Is that what it is?
It literally translates to the worship of saints.
So it's just Catholicism, but cooler.
Catholicism with a few sacrifices.
Sure.
No, but they sacrifice and they have all these weird voodoo-esque rituals. I was at this guy's house one time and he had this nest that was made of stone, and he had these eggs in the nest, like these plastic eggs. And he was going to do a
what?
Just let me get there.
Okay.
He was going to do this ritual for us, for me and my cousin, before he was doing like readings and like tarot and shit. So he took a cigar and lit it, and then put the lit end in his mouth and blew, like, or no, he didn't. I'm sorry. He would inhale and blow. It was like a weird. He would blow the smoke of the cigar over the eggs. And then he would take a shot of rum, but hold it in his mouth and blow the rum over the eggs. And there were like offerings to this, whatever, I forget who this nest and eggs represented, but it was kind of offerings to these people. And at that time, when he blew the rum on it, one of the eggs fell out of the nest.
Uh-oh, that can't be good.
It's not good.
That sounds like a bad omen.
He immediately looked at me and goes, "How's your health?"
Oh, no.
And I said, "Good. I mean, get the sniffles every once in a while, but good." And he goes to my cousin Danny, and he said, "Dan, how's your health?" I said, "Good." He goes, "Yeah, this is a very, very bad juju. Like when an egg falls out of the nest, like someone's health is very bad." 2 weeks later, my buddy was hospitalized because his body went septic. His liver just shut down. And he was the one.
That was Danny in the story?
No. The guy who blew the rum knocked the egg over, and he was the one whose liver shut down.
Oh, Mr. Stone Eggs is the one in the hospital.
The guy who practiced Santeria.
Maybe don't be fucking inhaling smoke and spitting rum on things all the time.
He practiced Santeria.
Maybe that's the problem.
He had a crystal ball.
I like that he's like, your health.
I'm quoting Sublime, and you didn't even get it.
Oh, God damn it. I hate Sublime so much. I hate them so much. I'm not a fan.
Really?
Not a fan. Not even remotely. That's all I have to say about that. I really don't like that band.
Mi mucho gusto. Me amo Bradley. I'm hornier than Ron Jeremy.
Well, this was the last podcast we do.
Guys, we had a good run.
It was fun.
We had a good run.
Yeah,
Lots of memories.
Yeah,
good times.
Remember when we talked about the leftovers? And remember that? Remember
lots
how much
of
we
laughs.
loved the
Oh, my
leftovers?
God. You actually have the DVDs here.
Yeah, I also have, if you notice, a little...
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I have a sign on my wall that says we are living reminders. If you've watched The Leftovers, that's what the Guilty Remnant says. I'm obsessed with the show.
Yeah, we know.
Do you?
Everybody knows.
Have I mentioned it?
You know what? How about we start this? You can't talk about Leftovers anymore, and I can't talk about Footloose or Dirty Dancing.
I think that was... Well, we agreed that we were going to have a trade, and we never got to that.
Well, I just got back in town.
I know. But I feel there's still a chance to exchange ideas.
Sure.
There's still a chance to exchange passions.
Nope,
There's still
not with that.
No?
Really kind of over the Leftovers until I see it.
Well,
How about you, Travis? Do you believe in witchcraft?
do I believe in witchcraft?
This podcast is brought to you by Segway.
No, it's going to be brought to you by editing. This is what it's going to be brought to you by. Do I believe in witchcraft? Hold on. Do I believe...
Wait, what the hell was that?
It's a little marker for myself, so I know where to...
I thought that was a curse or something. I thought you were doing a ritual. Do I believe in witchcraft? Wait. Do I believe in witchcraft? I was like, this guy's fucking serious. He's deep into witchcraft. You really just freaked me out there. Do I believe in witchcraft?
The reason I snap is that if I clap, Leroy freaks out.
Oh, I see.
Leroy's like obsessed with clapping, so I can't give a little clacker to be like, oh, here's why I come back and do stuff. So I snap. Also, I was cursing you. Also, just so we're just FYI, it's called the leftover incantation.
All the flowers in my garden are dead.
2% of your flowers just disappeared. Okay. Do I believe in witchcraft? No, I don't. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't.
Really?
I don't believe in. Again, this goes back to my worldview. If I don't believe in ghosts and demons and all of those things, I can't not believe in column A and then only believe in column B. I have to across the board not believe.
Do you believe in karma?
I believe in doing good deeds for the sake of not being a shitty person.
Do you believe in karma? Do you believe what goes around comes around? And if you're a shitty person, it will ultimately catch up to you.
I want to, but I see so much evidence to the contrary. I see so many shitty people doing well.
So do you believe, like, as far as karma goes, do you think that, because I've thought about this before, and I sometimes with karma, I wonder if, you know how they say good, what goes around comes around? Mm-hmm. It's like, if you're good to people, it's just good karma. It's like, eventually you've done enough good things where when it comes time for something to be good to you, it just happens because people are like, oh, this guy's a great guy, I'm just going to help him. And if like you're a dick to a bunch of people, no one's going to help you. So do you think that can tie into karma? Do you think that's a logical explanation of karma?
Well, okay. As I understand karma, karma in the Hindu thing, you can't get rid of all of your karma in one lifetime. It stays with you. That's why there's reincarnation. So you're stained with bad karma, and your whole thing is to keep doing good deeds to get rid of all your past transgressions. I believe that what you need to do is to be the type of person you want to see in the world. And I don't know if there's any kind of cosmic karma or anything that attaches to you positively or negatively. It's just don't be an asshole. That's what I believe.
And you know what's weird? I believe that energy follows you around.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you like a crystals kind of dude?
I may have some crystals in my home.
Are you a fucking new age dude?
I'm not a new...
You got some Yanni going on over there?
No.
You got some pan flutes? What are you doing over there?
You know how
you have been to a drum circle.
I have been to a drum circle. I've been to many drum circles. All right, here's the thing. If you walk into... You never know how some people just walk into a room and everybody's just like kind of happy?
No, I've never experienced that. Everywhere I go, I'm just...
You never met somebody who just kind of brightens a room?
I mean, other than Jonathan Sadowski, who just comes around.
That's what I was getting towards. No, I'm kidding. No, but there are certain people who like I have certain friends, like the minute they walk into a room, it's just like, fuck, like here we go again.
I'm right here, Jonathan.
But no, I have people who are just fucking downers.
Yes, I know. I've been that guy. Yeah, I was that guy for a long time.
But, you know, you can sense it when they walk in the room. It's like they suck the fucking energy out of the room.
Right.
But I also have friends who are like beacons of positivity. And the minute they walk in the room, you just like, you smile when you see them. You know, so I think there is that kind of energy that people carry around with them.
Or is it perception? That's what we're solving today. Satanism and perception.
Well, I think what you perceive is energy.
Oh boy, here we go. Another mind blower from Jonathan over here.
You never thought about that,
I did never think of it that way. You always propose these things to me that I go, oh, I didn't fucking think of it that way. Oh, maybe ghosts are just astral projectors. Oh, maybe how I perceive a person is based on their energy.
Wait a minute. You fucker.
What?
We had a whole talk about astral projection and how you're into astral projection, but you don't believe in fucking karma?
Yeah, what the hell?
You believe your soul could leave its body and travel the astral plane, but you don't believe that doing good will bring good unto you.
As I have made very clear before, I very firmly believe in day naps and the ability to rest when I'm not feeling like doing
Rewind
other
the
things.
tape. I don't believe in astral projection. I believe in napping.
Well, I'm curious why you think the two are related. What, I can't leave my body, but I have to have karma? I mean, come on.
Well, no, 'cause I think that, spirituality as a whole or energy as a whole, like I think like spirits are energy. That's all they are,
But you believe in ghosts, though. You're a ghost dude.
We're just energy, like a spirit is energy. We're just energy wrapped in meat.
Meat energy. I love it.
Energy meat. This podcast is also brought to you by Energy Meat.
The caffeinated meat.
Realign the fates. Yeah, so I believe in that stuff.
Shockerly delicious.
Yeah. Do you meditate?
No. I nap. I sleep. I take a nap.
But it's different. Meditating is like focusing on something.
I mean, I play guitar. I focus on that.
Yeah, different. Meditate is like internal, Guitar is like an activity. Meditation is more of an internal activity.
Okay. So you're a meditator. So you got crystals and meditations and drum circles.
I meditate on things, yeah.
Like what?
Absolutely. Like things I want to be better at.
So do you do like the...
I don't like fucking put a crystal in each one of my hands and like,
Come on.
light incense.
The fuck you don't.
I don't.
I'm picturing you got some kind of special rug that you sit on.
I don't.
You do the lotus position.
I don't put a crystal in each hand and burn incense. I don't.
No.
I may use some essential oils.
And the crystals are at my feet. I don't hold them.
Look, I don't know if I believe in the whole crystal thing, but I'll give it a whirl.
Brandy is going,
Melissa loves, like, I have crystals all over my fucking house.
Brandy's kind of gone off my reservation of crystal beliefs. We have this crystal that I have to, and I do it because I'm a supportive, nice person. I put the crystal out every full moon so that it can recharge.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing.
Oh, why?
So it can recharge.
But what crystal is ever in the moonlight? That's a thing we invented. Crystals don't grow in moonlight.
It's not about growing, it's about recharging their juice.
What? Okay, but here's where it just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
There's nothing different about moonlight or sunlight. It's all sunlight. It's just being reflected off of the moon. What
Yeah,
about
that's different.
What about the moon?
Different.
What?
Different.
What about the moon?
What about the moon?
It's making it more special than...
Because it's not direct sunlight.
Well, then put it in the fucking shade. Like, what does it matter at that point? Put a diffuser cloth
It's coming
over.
off the moon, Trav. I didn't make the rules. I didn't write the book.
But I just...
And what do you mean it's not how crystals work? Have you ever gone crystal farming?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever gone crystal farming?
I'll tell you I have not.
Okay, then how do you know crystals aren't found in the moonlight?
Because crystals grow underground under pressure. That's how they grow.
No, they
grow
don't.
in
They can grow in a
caves.
cave.
Where are caves?
They're not underground.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Not all of them.
Are we going to argue about caves?
Caves can be in the side of a mountain.
That's not a cave.
What is it?
That's
Cave. Starts with a C, rhymes with rave.
I'm thinking of we got to go splunking and caving when you got to go into the ground.
Sure, you can do that, but yes, geodes and stuff like that are created from pressure, but there are also crystals that aren't created from pressure that grow out of the ground.
No. There's crystals that grow out of the ground?
Inside of a cave, they grow out from the ground. They're not like completely surrounded. They grow out and they hang down.
Well, we're still talking about things that are not in direct sunlight.
There could be sunlight down there.
In a cave?
Moonlight.
You and your damn moon caves. I swear to God. How is there moonlight coming into a cave if it's...
That has to have an open end.
Okay, you have a point. But I would say most crystalline things are growing in darkness. They're not growing anywhere near a light source.
Well, if they're growing in darkness, maybe they just need a little light.
God damn it. You and your
Logic.
You and your crystal logic.
So, all right. So you don't believe in the crystal thing, but you do it anyway.
I do it because it makes Brandy happy. That's mostly marriage. I don't believe in this, but you do. That's mostly my experience of being married.
Gotcha.
And vice versa. She's like, I don't believe in stand-up comedy,
all right.
but I believe that you want to do it.
Now I'm going to wrangle it back in here. Now,
Okay.
so as far as witchcraft, you don't believe that someone can cast a spell on you.
No. And according to how I understand witchcraft works about people who do believe it, that means it can't work on me. So if witchcraft is real, it can only be real if I also choose to believe in it. So by not believing in it, I'm immune to witchcraft.
I don't know, man. That's like saying you don't believe in death, so you can't die.
No, because death is provable and it happens. You definitely see people die. You can't prove that anyone's been cursed and that it's actually done anything.
I think you can.
How?
I bet there's people who said I've cursed this person, and then they've experienced they've experienced the consequences of said hex.
If I may quote you,
Yes.
causality is not proof of another word.
Coincidence.
There
is
you
not,
whatever.
It's coincidence does not prove causality.
My point is I had some of the words right, and that's all that
You
matters.
can get a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head in a bowl, but wouldn't you rather take the steak's word for it?
Wait a minute. I think it has to be my ass. No, you're the butcher.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just prefer I prefer to. I don't know. It makes me happy.
Witchcraft makes you happy?
Witchcraft. I wouldn't say witchcraft makes me happy, but like meditation and believing in karma and trying to be the best person I could be, and focusing on things that I find I need improvement on in my life. Yeah, that makes me happy. And what the hell? A crystal can't hurt. Okay, here for example.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever heard those stories about like children who have tumors?
Yeah.
And then suddenly they like heal themselves? Or people who have tumors and it's like by imagining their body like breaking up this tumor and eradicating the body of the tumor, it actually worked. How do you explain that? No fucking medical treatment. I think the power of the mind and the power of suggestion, I think it works, man. I think that by suggesting and repeatedly telling yourself to do something, you can do it.
So, by that logic, I could go to a cliff and truly believe.
We're not talking about physical stuff. Well, I guess we just did talk about physical stuff.
Right? So I could say, I'm going to fly. I'm going to jump off of this cliff and fly.
Okay, but there are other things that have to do with like you have a cliff. There's no cliff with a tumor. For example, you are adding in gravity. You are adding in a cliff. You're adding in something that's out of your control. Maybe your body is in your entire body is totally in your control, and all you have to do is think about it.
So I could fix anything that's wrong with me if I learn how to master my body?
I'm not saying it's proven, but I'm not saying why not.
Oh, you're saying this is a hypothesis that
Yes.
you have. This
Yes.
isn't a
No, that's not.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. You know, some people like don't take medicine and they don't get sick.
Yeah.
Or like, some people just like have a cold and then they're like, I'll be fine. And like the next day they're fine.
Or like they eat like 14 Big Macs a day and they don't die.
Yeah.
They just have that weird. I just don't think too, like everything is so unique that there's just some people who just have a thing that we don't know about, like some antibody or some, I don't know.
You think it's genetic?
I think there's some stuff that's genetic.
So you think karma is genetic?
No, yeah. I think I would argue.
Yep, here we go.
I would
Here we
argue
go.
that the belief of karma itself is somehow genetic because you believe that sins of yourself and your family can be passed on to you. So
No, I don't believe in that kind of karma.
I know, but that part of karma is one of the belief systems that's attached to it, right?
Yeah. Viewers at home, what do you guys believe about karma? Hit us up at @QuickQPod. #karma. #quick question. Yeah. So witchcraft. You've never hexed somebody or wished someone ill will.
Oh, I wish people ill will all the time.
Why? If you don't believe in it. If you know nothing's going to happen.
That's for me. It's for me to feel better. It's the whole reason.
Travis Clark, witchcraft is for me.
No, I mean there's people that I definitely have like have negative thoughts about. But I try not to do that anymore because that becomes less about that person. It's more about me. Going back to your energy thing, I'm putting negative energy, not only
Exactly.
I'm putting it out into the world, and I'm wasting my thoughts on somebody that I don't care for.
100%.
Why not just go, oh yeah, I don't like that person, and move on with my life?
Right. Are you superstitious?
Yes and no. I mean,
Column A, column B.
in that I don't necessarily believe in them, but I do follow certain. There are certain things that I would do.
Why do we do that?
I don't know.
Like, why do people do that? Like, how did seeing a black cat turn into,
Oh, getting
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
I bet one day, way back in the day, a black cat walked by someone and they got hit by a horse or something, and they're like, "Dude, black cat
There's
symbol."
that cat. That fucking cat, man. That cat was in my house earlier, and I dropped a glass. There's a fucking cat.
There's so many weird superstitions too. Like we were talking the other day about, if you give someone something sharp, you have to give, or someone gives you something sharp, you have to give them money.
Yeah, because otherwise it will cut the friendship. Because, that's the one thing you always are trying to build a friendship on is lending money and sharp objects.
Yeah,
That's a great way to be really close
Take this
to
knife.
someone.
No. Let me pay for it.
Give me,
Let me pay for it.
Here, take this knife. Give me some money first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Why don't I just go buy a knife then? I don't understand
There's a lot
it.
of weird superstitions.
The whole walking under the ladder thing, the shattered glass. Do you know the one about, what is it? There's something you have to do about like touching if you shatter a mirror, right? So that's bad luck.
For example, 7 years of bad luck if you shatter a mirror.
Unless there's a loophole. There's always a loophole in superstitions. If you take a piece of that mirror and you take it to a graveyard and you touch it to a tombstone, that's supposed to lessen the...
That's like a superstitious chain letter.
Right.
It's like if you don't send this mirror out to 15 people.
But best case scenario, you're a person walking into a graveyard with a giant shard of something sharp touching gravestones. Like, you look like a
Weird.
psycho. You look, and no, I'm just trying to get rid of bad luck. I'm just trying to get rid of bad luck.
Yeah. Do you believe in like the whole Bloody Mary thing?
Oh, what do you say in the mirror?
Yeah.
No, I never fell for that one. Like, that was not one of the ones I grew up.
You've done it.
I've done it as an adult. It wasn't one of the things I grew up. I mean, it's a freaky psychological
real
thing.
weird thing.
It messes with your mind. But she never showed up to... What is the story? Do you know the story?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be...
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it...
It's Bloody Mary 3 times, and then you turn around and she's standing there.
I thought she's supposed to be in the mirror.
Maybe. Or behind you. I don't... Either way, I'm 37 years old, and I still haven't done it.
Oh.
Not happening.
I know what we need to do. Quick question. Do you want to go do Bloody Mary with me in the other room?
No way.
You want to shut the doors, turn off the lights, do a little Bloody Mary?
Do you want to do a little Bloody Mary, do you?
Nah.
I'll have a Bloody Mary.
I know.
I'll have a Bloody Mary.
It's only 10 in the morning, but fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, what other superstitions are there?
Walking under a ladder. You're not supposed to do that. Do you know some of the theater ones? The theater superstitions.
You
are crazy.
never say the M word.
Oh, you can say it now. We're not in the theater.
We are, kind of.
We're in a studio. That's different. We're in my house.
Kind of.
And you can talk about the character Macbeth. You can't talk about the Scottish play. That is the rule. Did you know that?
No, but you just talked about it.
I talked about the character Macbeth. I did not talk about the Scottish play.
Okay.
And do you know the reason behind that superstition?
If something happens this podcast recording, if your computer shuts down or something like that, you're a believer.
I'm a believer?
You have to be.
Oh, if something happens.
Yeah.
Well, okay. First of all, let me tell you why that's a superstition. Do you know the reason behind it?
No.
That supposedly Shakespeare was into the occult. He was really into witchcraft. And that incantation with the three weird sisters in the beginning of the Scottish play.
Toil and Trouble?
I'm not saying it. Yes, that speech is supposed to be a real incantation, and that it has attached its power to the Scottish play, so that if you ever say that name of that play in the theater, you are invoking all of that evil, and that's why bad things happen.
Should we do it on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Macbeth. You fucker. You hung me out to dry, Trav. You hung me out to dry. You hung me out there.
You have to say it 3 times, I believe, is the rule. I'll say it with you 3
like
times. Like
Beetlejuice?
Yeah. You want to do on the count of I'll real do it with you if you want.
Okay. Is it weird that I'm getting nervous?
Yes.
Are you getting nervous?
Yes.
1,
2, 3.
Macbeth,
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. We're still here. Everything's still
All
working.
right. We just cursed our podcast. Watch it like completely drop in ratings.
Or watch it just get a huge amount of satanic listeners.
And then you believe in Macbeth.
And then I have to believe in superstition.
Yep.
And you have to believe in the devil.
You know, what if we just turn Macbeth into a positive thing? Just like if you say, like we're starting a new superstition. If you say burritos.
Okay.
3.5 times.
One will appear.
3.5 times.
3.5. Burrito, burr.
Burrito, burr. Good fortune shall follow you wherever you go.
You'll be wrapped in good fortune.
You'll be wrapped in good fortune. Everything you love will be wrapped in good fortune.
That is the quick question superstition. Say burrito 3.5 times and you will be wrapped in good fortune.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Burrito, burr.
I feel better already.
I feel great. We shook off all that Scottish play shit.
I mean, I feel great, you know? The
Perfect.
Mexicans just defeated the Scots.
Yeah, which is historically accurate, or it never happened.
Did they ever fight?
I don't think so. I don't think they know each other. I don't know if they met. I don't know if they were friends. I don't know if they had any friends in common.
This is my friend Javier McMullen. The name's Javier McMullen.
I'm having a haggis taco.
Get me a fucking burrito.
So I actually have a story about the Macbeth curse.
Go for it.
That happened to a buddy of mine. Mm-hmm. So when we were studying about that in high school, my buddy Jason was like, I do not believe in the Macbeth curse. I don't believe in it. It's bullshit. And he was challenging our teacher, Mr. Dukaska. He was like saying, I don't believe it. I'm going to prove it to you. And before he went on stage to do a show that night, he goes, Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. I don't believe it. And Mr. Dukaska goes, all right, Jason, break a leg tonight. Jason breaks
broke
his
a
leg
leg.
on stage.
No, he did not.
Broke his leg on stage.
You're kidding.
Like opening number, breaks his leg.
No way.
That happened. I'm not making that up. That is a real thing that happened.
I mean, that's proof in the pudding right there.
Or Jason was clumsy. I mean, what do you...
He was clumsy, but after all the run-throughs, all the rehearsals, all the, tech week, like opening night when he says that, it breaks his leg. I know, coincidence doesn't equal causality.
I mean, I couldn't remember the words or I would have said it. That would have been my next go-to.
Yeah.
And then there's the other big theater superstition that you're not supposed to whistle backstage. Do you know that one?
No. Well, probably because they don't want you being heard.
No. The reason is, this goes back like centuries, is that old stagehands were former sailors. And the way sailors would communicate with each other on ships would be through whistles. So they would be like, that would be like, hey, lower this rope or whatever. So you could be whistling a tune, and for whatever reason, the three things that you whistled could mean drop that sandbag that's just above my head, and then so it's bad luck to whistle
That
in the
sounds
theater.
made up.
No, that's real. Well, first of all superstitions are made up.
No, that story, I've never heard that.
No,
Sailors
that's
were
real.
actually stagehands?
Yeah. When you're not sailing anymore, you need a job, and that there's a lot of ropes backstage. There's a lot of like hoisting. There's a lot of,
You look like you're milking a cow. There's a lot of hoisting udders.
That does not look like milking a cow when you do it.
What does it look like?
It looks like you're pleasuring a couple of gentlemen. There's a couple of gentlemen that are...
It was clearly a downstroke. There was milk in the bucket. That was milk in the bucket. That's payday right there. That's pay dirt. That's milk in the bucket.
Milk in the bucket just sounds super dirty. That sounds super dirty.
That's money. That is milk in the bucket. Not milking the bucket. Milk in the bucket.
That's a phrase? Or that's a phrase
I made
now?
it up.
That's
kind of cool.
All right. So we know now that saying burrito 3.5 times is good luck. And when things are going well, that's milk in the bucket.
That is milk in the bucket.
We've got
pay dirt. Pay dirt.
It's pay dairy.
Pay dairy.
It's dairy. Then that is future cheese right there.
I think we should stick with milk in the bucket.
That's milk in the bucket.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hashtag milk in the bucket. You heard it here first on Quick Q Pod.
I'm trying to think of any other superstitions I know. Do you
My
know?
mom has so many, dude. It's just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You do this. This is going to happen. Yeah.
She told one to Brandy. Brandy had this meeting that she had to go to, and your mom told her, this was I'd never heard this before.
Oh boy.
Told her to tie a red ribbon on her clothing somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar in the Sicilian folklore.
Red's a big color.
Oh yeah.
Why? Do you know?
I don't know. Like even with St. Joseph, like on the Feast of St. Joseph, you have to wear red. Just the way it is.
So she did it and tied I actually had to tie the ribbon for her onto her clothes.
Yeah. There's like weird things like that too. Like I know when people get married, my mom had for brides and like grooms, there's like different weird Sicilian shit that you do.
This is all stuff that's passed on. Like she's not making this stuff up, right?
No, she's not that clever.
She's not like
she is that clever,
right?
But no, this is passed on.
I mean, look,
if she made this shit up, it would be crazy.
I mean, I also think too it'd be a little more like just weird, like, oh, you got to put a fish in your underwear. All right, okay.
Do you have the ring?
Yeah.
pull out a bass.
Did she make you do any weird stuff growing up? Like, I mean, I know you said the working on your head by your aunt, but like anything, or your grandmother. Any other?
I'm sure she did. I think I may have blocked a lot of it out. But I know like the whole thing with, shoes, it was like shoes on the table or...
Birds. Aren't birds a big
birds?
deal?
Oh yeah, if a bird flies into your house, it's a death. Everything was a death in the family. It's like I'm surprised we had a fucking lineage,
What happens if there's a hat on the table and a bird lands on it inside the house?
2 people are kicking the bucket.
I mean, is that just...
No milk in the bucket.
There's no milk in the bucket.
2 people are kicking the proverbial bucket.
You have to say burrito 99 3/4 times in order to offset that.
I kind of like our burrito superstition.
I think it's a good one,
it's
right?
really grown on me. Burrito, burr.
Burr. I like the burr part.
Burr. Yeah.
Any other crazy things that you've chosen to believe in?
No, I've definitely seen my mom throw the fingers at people before.
She threw them at me. What does that mean?
No, but she didn't mean it. Like if she's just explaining it to you, that's fine. But if she like fucking feels it and she's like Molochio, that's bad. That's why Italians have, they have the horn. Do you know about the horn?
I just found out about it, but explain it.
Yeah, it's a horn. It's another superstition thing.
It's a thing that looks like a sperm that everybody...
No, it looks like a fucking jalapeno. It looks like a chili pepper.
It looks like a sperm.
It does not look like a sperm.
It looks like a golden sperm.
No, it looks like a horn.
I swear, every time I saw those on my friends, I thought it was a sperm.
It looks like a horn. Italian horn. We're going to the internet here.
We're going to go to Italian sperm is what it's going to say. I bet you most people say, why do those Italian guys wear sperm around their necks? Because I don't know any horn that looks like that.
What are you talking about? That's a horn.
That's a sperm.
It looks like a bull's horn, dude. It's hanging upside down.
Oh, if you did it that
Yes.
way. Okay. But then the way with the curly tail.
Not everything curly looks like sperm, Travis.
I choose to believe it does.
Maybe not to you. Maybe not to you.
You're spiritual. I'm spermitual. That is my belief. That's where I choose to believe.
Spermituality.
Yeah. Do you not? Is that not
I don't
something-
follow it. Nope. Don't believe in it. And if I choose not to believe in it, it can't harm me.
You know the great thing about spermituality?
Is there one?
We take you as you come. That is what we do.
Oh, boy.
That is our core belief.
Oh, man.
Should we review?
We should review.
All right.
So to review, I believe in hexes, and I may own a few crystals.
I am, as with most of these things, I think they're interesting stories, but I don't believe it for a second.
Be a good person. Even if karma isn't real, you still come off looking like a good person.
Yeah, be the type of person you want to see in the world. Don't be the asshole that you wish would leave the party.
And we just proved it was a proven fact that crystals grow in the moonlight. I'm Jonathan Sadowski.
Hold on, we got to remind him about milk in the bucket and the burrito. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you want good juju, all you have to do is say burrito, 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 burr. And everything you love will be wrapped in good fortune.
When you know things are going well for you, that is milk in the bucket.
This is Quick Q Pod, and this is Milk in a Bucket. Follow us on the socials at Quick Q Pod.
I'm Travis.
I'm Jonathan.
Till next time, we are giving you
the
Kavorka.
The rocket, the Kavorka.
What is it? Oh, that's from Seinfeld. Quick question.
Crystals. Crystals. They're shiny, see-through rocks that allegedly grow out of the ground. Need good fortune? Need good luck? Need a thing to believe in that's tangible? Try crystals! At Mama Sadowski's Cave Crystals, we harvest the finest geodes, agates, and other semi-precious translucent stones. Then we charge them up in the finest locally sourced, small batch, organic moonlight and ship them directly to you. Up your positive energy and bring your dreams into focus. Crystal clear focus with Mama Sadowski's Cave Crystals.
Hey friends, Travis Clark here from the Quick Question Podcast. If you're like me, you don't understand this crystal thing, but since your wife is into it, you're kind of roped into it too. From all I can tell, Mama Sadowski's Cave Crystals are just like other crystals. They're shiny rocks that don't do shit, but they kind of look pretty, so buy some today!